Hi, welcome to the webinar for software development optimization. Today, my name is Ashutosh Gupt, and I'm Senior Enterprise Solution Engineer with Sumo Logic. Uh, you can post your questions in the Q&A box, just for anything which you require to, have questions clarified. So let's begin. So, as the name suggests, software development optimization is all about the observability part of it, and what values from observability we will be bringing in. So, from a Sumo Logic perspective, we basically work on three basic areas, and which is a monitor, diagnose, and troubleshoot. Now, across the development organization, we focus on these personas. Uh, One is your DevOps and SRE team, which is focused, of course, on improving the mean time to identify, mean time to recover for any kind of issues which is going on in a real time, of course, and fixing any kind of a root causes in a faster way. Anything happening in your development organization, anything happening with the applications. Next, you have a software engineering team, which is more focused on improving the all about the software quality and the frequency of the deployment, how easily and how better the the way you can identify any kind of failures, do your development pipelines faster, and of course finding and optimizing the root causes or any kind of issues into the development pipelines. Now, talking about the DevSecOps, which is more on in terms of reliability of the software, how your if there is any kind of a security related threats or any issues going on into your environment, that is basically they are worried about. So multiple teams, and they have different responsibilities into your software development process, and how they all work together to get more speed, agility, velocity, and the reliability part of it. Now, and uh, with the today's environment, things are of course has lot many varieties now today, with a lot of tools to improve the software quality, to get debug things faster, to understand and deploy things much better way. The teams are using so many tools. The problem is to how you'll manage to get the things faster, and then understand from each of these environment to get how better you can find it the root cause. Now, with the use of Sumo Logic, the good part is you are already using these tools. If you are a customer of Sumo Logic, you are using some of the these environment or the tools, and ingesting the data already into Sumo Logic. Now, with that, you can always extend it for your software development process and optimization around it. The benefit is, of course, what we have talked about, the challenges, the faster release velocity, improving your security posture of your, building the codes, and of course, the collaboration between two teams, because they are all working into maybe kind of a silos with their own set of tools. How easily and you can get things on a one page, and get things faster and better. With that, if you talk about the end-to-end visibility. Now, if uh, some of you don't know or not aware of, there's something called a DORA matrix. DORA is a DevOps research and assessment organization, which works on key performance metrics in terms of how to make more better. And there are benchmarks which they have created in terms of how you can deploy things faster, how can you uh, make the lead time faster, then uh, identify the root causes, and change failure rate or should be shorter, and things should be closing faster as well. So all in all, this will be a kind of a benchmarking to get up to speed and doing more reliable and making more better software. Now this is not like you can do there's a benchmarking, of course, but it's the solution from a Sumo Logic, which work on this Dora matrix. Of course, you can utilize this as well as you can make your own customized or tailored environment to make things working on your pipeline, your processes, and make things more meaningful to your team who are contributing to your software development life cycle. With that, if you talk about the architecture of how we do that is we take data from, and as I said, some of you already are the customer of Sumo Logic, so you're already putting some of the data from, say, your Jira or Bitbucket or Jenkins kind of environment. All you have to do is you make use of Terraform, where we can get the data from all this your development tools, your DevOps tools, and get into Sumo Logic after the normalization. When this is to make things in a more easy way for these metrics and dashboards to understand things better and present it to you in a normalized way. For that, of course, we have our customer success team or a solution engineering team who can help you out to get this easy setup of collecting the data and getting into Sumo Logic in the normalized fashion. Now, on the right, if you see, there are a couple of dashboards which is popping up, which I'll of course take you through the different ones, how it are built and how things are being managed. Then we will talk about, of course, in a software world or anywhere, it's talking about the teams and these metrics and these findings which Dora has given as a benchmark. The teams who are kind of a high performers or elite performers are having much more faster way of frequent code deployments, 208 times more than the teams which are kind of a low performing. Then if you talk about the lead time from commit to deploy is also 100 times kind of a faster. Then recovering from incidents. Now this again become much easier and faster for a more high performance team. Then deploying any kind of changes, that is also been lower from any breaking changes with these teams. If I talk about the Dora metrics again, and then talking about they're basically forming the things around agility and the reliability, because this both aspects are very important in the software delivery or software development world. They come up with many of the things. The four metrics which you see here from an agility and the reliability standpoint are key indicators of what should be computed and calculated. If you see from one is your deployment frequency, of course, how often your code is deployed into production, and that faster is of course better in this sense. Then you have a lead time, how the time to merge from your commit to production deployment, that of course shorter time is better, right? Then if you talk about the reliability part of it, how mean time to recovery, how if there's any incidents, any kind of a bugs, you will find it out, how easily and shorter period of time you can get it to the root causes and get it rectified. Of course, there's shorter is better. And then the change failure rate, which is the percentage of deployment that require remediations. Of course, in this case, the lower is better. Now, if I talk about the live demo part of it, because I'll not keep you seeing the slides all the time. So let's jump on to the demo and show you how we can do this part. Just sorry for that. And let me go to the demo system. So now the same metrics, we are now on the DORA metrics overview dashboard, which gives you the live computation of the four key DORA metrics, which we have seen in the slide. Now, what it talks about, again, the same thing, the deployment frequency, lead time for changes, and then change failure rate, and then time to restore the service, time to find, average time to restore any services which are failing. Now, if this is something like a heads-up display, a traffic light kind of a view, where you can see things, what's going on wrong at what in what all of these metrics. Now, important point here is to see that these are the live calculations and the data generated in real time, not a report pulled from, say, Jira and dumping into an Excel, which you already know that that issue has already happened, and then you are running a report out of it and finding it out. So it's all the data in real time, and finding the root causes and finding things from these metrics, getting into the root causes faster is what basically we provide from these dashboards. Now, if I have to see that closely, I can see that there's a lead time, which is the trend here is going upwards, which is not a very good things to see. Now, what is happening is I can see there is of course, the lead time trend, which is taking longer, and then which is, of course, impacting my development velocity, right? So it's something taking more time rather than getting in a shorter period of time. Now, if I have to dig into more about this, I can go ahead into and drill down into the lead time for changes dashboards and see what is happening here around these and get into the breakdown of into the details of what's going on. Now, if I have to see that, let me click on that. So if I go to the lead time dashboard and see that a breakdown of what is going on, I have a same average lead time again coming up here. And then I have a couple of more panels which will talk about the repos with the slowest lead time. Then we have a lead time by services, how much each of the services taking time here. Then I have say the teams, the breakdown by the teams who are taking more time into this. I can also filter this data into by team services or the particular repos. The interesting thing here is when I go into the pipeline duration panel, and I can see that there's something major difference between one of my master build test pipeline versus my deployment pipeline. And now here the gap is really high, and which definitely is a cause of or a concern where I can see that there's a huge gap between these two. And I can really dig into or investigate further that what is happening around here. Now, to do that, I will go to my pipeline stage monitoring dashboard. Now, what the pipeline stage monitoring dashboard brings me is something like this, where I can see that what is happening between these pipelines. So one of this is the execution count between my development and the build count. Then I can see the stages. I can see which stage has more execution time, right? And then sorry, count. And then I can see the fail stages, which are the ones have a fail stages kind of uh, 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 thing here. Now what's most important and eye catching, and I can visually see that there is a pipeline, there's a pipeline which this regression test, which is taking much more number of time compared to what I can see into the uh, other ones, right? So this pipeline definitely is taking more time. What I can go do here, I can go ahead and then filter out this particular dashboards by say the pipeline, my master build test, and then the stage as my regression test. By doing that, I can dig more into the this particular stage and see that what is happening across this stage. I can go ahead and see that the pipeline summary here, which is showing this the lead time. Now, what is more important for me to understand is uh, if I go ahead and see the slowest steps here to this pipeline, I can see that the one of the step which is a ETL test, backend ETL test, is taking around 23 hours, which is, I can definitely see that this is the which is blowing up all my time, and which is the problem here. Now you can see that how easily and how faster I can go ahead and from a high level matrix and dig into uh, the root cause, the problem which is happening for the lead time here into my pipeline. So that's where I can easily go ahead and see what's all going wrong here. That's about it. And when I go ahead and go I can also look into my pipeline overview. Now what it gives you me visually to see that what's happening into my different pipelines. Now what pipeline overview dashboard will give me is like a trend. It can give me that how my number of jobs execution is happening over time, and what is the trend of that, right? I can see that what there's a similar pattern which is going on. There's still loading, and what you can see is there's a trend, the number of jobs which is going on into my pipeline execution. If I go further down into my dashboard, I can see that there are alerts, the number of services which are having alerts. Then I can see the top 10 critical ones also, the alerts. Then I can go to my deployments. I can see the deployments status, which are the success versus what are the failures. I can see there are the top 10 failed ones. Now this is important because I can see my commits, and if I go ahead and click it, I can also see into my GitHub that what are those commits, what has happened, and what are those maybe if the failed ones, right? So why this is happening, I can go ahead, dig into more details about it. Again, from a build perspective, I can see that how my build is shaping up. So, what are the success ones? What are the failed ones? What is the 10 failed build ones? Again, I can click on it and go ahead and see my build ones into my GitHub. Going towards the pull request, the PRs, I can go deeper into my PRs about my human things, right? I can see that which are the merge ones, the decline ones, and then again I can see that there are the how much time my each PRs are taking in number of hours, right? Uh, I will dig into more about this, and then something on my service management side of it. I can dig into more in terms of my alerts and issues. What is happening here? What is my top 10 alerts from Jira? And what is my issue trend? What is happening over a period of time? Whether something going really beyond normal or it's all under control, right? Then what are the 10 issues which took longest to close? Those kind of a quick overview, kind of a dashboard. This particular pipeline overview dashboard will provide here, and we can go ahead and get into the deeper look. These are very helpful when we are working in with different teams and the different deployment and of course different tools people are using, and get into deeper. We also provide out of the box different dashboard and panels to look into. Now if I talk about a specific dashboard, like something like a pull request, I can go ahead into the pull request dashboard, and while it coming up, we can also filter it by say statuses and on the repository names. Now, what it gives you immediately, which to visualize you into when we try to optimize the tooling part of it. The pull request will give you something like your merge versus declined versus your created pull request. You can also see the top 10 services by your pull request, what is happening here. Uh, and then you can go ahead for your requests by branches, the target branches, what are your pull requests are. Then top 10 reviewers, right? By assigned pull request, who are your assigned ones, on an average time. Again, go ahead into deeper top 10 repositories, repos by your average time to close. uh, Now, the pull request is a little different from the pipelines, the pipeline overview, because there are what we are seeing is how your builds are, what are the lead time it's taking more. But here, what it gives you to understand is, do I have a human process gaps that I need to improve? Do I have enough people trained to approve those PRs? Or do I have some teams who is doing better compared to the ones who are not doing that much? How can I go ahead and improve those other teams who are not doing so well? So something on a human side of it, I can go ahead and look into different request the PRs, and how I can make more better teams here in terms of collaboration. That is what all the PR dashboard will give me. Now, if I go here in my builds dashboard, it will definitely give me more into how I can go ahead and look into my builds, something successful versus failure ones, right? The data towards the failed ones, right? Now, failed ones are important to understand because there you can see that where the things are going wrong, right? What is happening over a period of time, right? Again, I can go ahead into any of the build and see into my uh, GitHub repository and seeing that what's happening on those commits, why it's not happening rightly. Then similarly, I can go ahead and look into a different part of it, like this. I can also uh, uh, filter it by statuses, the repository names, the service names, or the team names. Or in terms, if you have suppose something like your own set of, bifurcation, like your BUs or your functional teams which are working here. You can define those as well, and then filter it out your based on your those built teams. Now, finally, if I have to go ahead and look into the service management side of it, then I can see how my alerts are, how things are shaping up, what are my priority alerts, what are the alerts by the services, right? What are my alerts by the teams? If I have enough number of high priority tickets which is going on, this is when you're really required to understand that, do I have a lot of critical P1s in my production? Why the particular issue is are taking a lot of time, or which area these issues are occurring? All those are, you can see that coming up. Something like, alerts created versus closed, how frequently we are closing those defects or issues. So all this coming from your, the systems like Jira or any other service management tools which you are using. You can just see the immediate value out of it from here. Now, going back to my Dora metric overview dashboard, if I what's important to understand from those panels and those dashboard. These are first of all out of the box, and then this will give you quick value to understand that the benchmarking, of course, which is provided by Dora. But at the same time, what it does, it will give you a lot of flexibility in terms of managing and changing those benchmarking or the values based on your organization preferences, your development organization preferences. You can make changes according to you and what's suited best for you, right? So that flexibility is definitely there, or you can definitely go ahead and start with what the benchmarking given by Dora metrics, right? Also, if I talk about this is not an aggregated data. This is something coming from in a real time. It is coming in, say, coming on the live systems. It's not like, you're again, as I said, it's taking the data from a Jira dump and then getting into an Excel and showing the report that this is what already happened. So knowing that you have a slow year or a slow month, why it happened when the damage is already done. So it's real time. It's getting the real time data and from the systems which you're using, and getting into the your issues and trends, what's happening in a real time. With that, I'm pretty much on the end of this particular short demo. I can see if there is any question in a Q&A box, and see if you have any. I have a couple of them. I can see there's okay. Can it be extended to any other tools like uh, any other tools, right? So yeah, we can definitely do that. Like a build card. Okay, sorry for that. Yes, definitely you can. As you say, many of our customers are using their own tools apart from Jenkins, which we have, or build card, and definitely you can extend the way you want it. The idea is, first you have to either do it manually, or you have to normalize the data through the Terraform, which is very easy, and our CSM or SE teams will be helping you out in that. And once it is there, definitely you will have the same way what you have seen in the demo, the data coming into Sumo, and then get these things up and running. Okay, the second question, what is the pricing for this? Yeah, so there is no additional pricing as such for all this dashboards or the panels or the benchmarking Dora metrics. some of you must be knowing that the only thing what you pay for Sumo Logic is the amount of data which is sent to Sumo. So the logs, the metrics, the amount of data which has been sent is been charged for. So nothing else. These are all out of the box dashboards. These are apps which are readily available. The software development optimization app, which you can easily start build and get the quick value out of it. Uh, I can see another question here about how do I need to deploy all of this or few of okay, so it depends on you. If you have say everything running together, of course you will get more is better. You'll able to see everything from these dashboard. But yeah, there's nothing like a restriction. You can start with the few of them uh, and get it, of course, the way I said, it's not get it normalized and get it into Sumo Logic platform. Once you have this, you can start getting value out of it immediately, and then there is no problem. Immediately you'll start getting things working on for you, and later on when you start adding more teams, more tools, and then more data around it, of course you'll get more value from the platform and getting the data, seeing then visualizing the data into more deeper ones through this. With that, I don't see if there is any other question here in chat. Yeah, so that's all. Thank you very much for your time today. And if you have any question, please reach out to us, and we'd love to get connected with you. Thank you very much. Have a nice rest of the day.